much did that hat impact your view of Tom Brady?
Didn't change my view of Tom. I understood what Tom was for a very, very long time, Skip. He put that hat in there for a reason, letting you know that I support my friend Donald Trump, and no matter what he says, I support him. Skip, Mark McGuire was not trying to hide the fact that he was taking androstenedione on. Skip, it was right there front and center in his locker. When you pan to it, you saw all the bottles.
No, but I thought that was a diversion.
That was a diversion.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying, he was taking...
That's the light stuff.
Yeah, he was taking
that
on top of the other stuff.
Yeah.
But that's the hat.
Okay.
I put the hat there, yeah, I support him, but I support him in another way. Skip, let me ask you a question. And I know people, I was reading a little bit of the article where they tried to make the parallel between Colin Kaepernick and Tom Brady. But I got a better comparison. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, LeBron James says, my friend, Minister Farrakhan. How would America react? You see, blacks have always had to be very, very quiet about who our friends are. They made President Obama disavow Reverend Wright. Donald Trump staying front and center with David Duke. A lot of these radical ministers that says things that are controversial. He doesn't have to, I don't know who they are. All he says, I don't know who they are. LeBron James can never say, a prominent black athlete can never say, Minister Farrakhan is just my friend. They try to cancel anybody with the just mere mention of Mr. Farrakhan's name because we like Tom Brady.
Although, just a quick point of order, after all LeBron has done for this country, as a
let him say it.
Well, if anyone could get away with saying that, he could. But go ahead.
He get away with that one, Skip. Okay. There are certain things, Skip. We've seen guys that have mentioned, and society have tried to what we kept the cancel culture now.
Yep.
And that's what we are, Skip. Skip, if we like somebody, we're more forgiving of their actions. We're more forgiving of their words, their deeds. If we don't like you, we will go to heaven and earth. We'll go back 15 years, how long Twitter's been on, and we'll scroll and try to find something that you said 15 years ago. If we don't like, kind of like Tiger. You watched the documentary of Tiger, Skip?
I did. We need to talk about it. We will.
Okay. You see what they did, Skip? Once they got him on the radar, they never let go. They went to heaven and earth because they wanted to bring him down. When they want to bring you down, they'll move heaven and earth. If not, they'll catch...
Although he went a long way to bring himself down. But go ahead.
Yeah,
yes.
He didn't do anything public. You had to snoop. You had to find that out. He wasn't doing it in public. But that all I'm saying, Skip, look, that's his friend. He says that's his friend. It's kind of hard to separate, Skip, when you got a friend that's as divisive as this, and you say that's still my friend when you know what he stands for.
Yep.
That Make America hat, that MAGA hat, you put that there for a reason. And you know how divisive it was going to be. And you didn't take it down until you caught criticism. Didn't change what you thought. So for me, Tom Brady, I still look at Tom Brady as a great, great player. Been around him a little bit, don't know him that well, but it didn't change what I thought of him because I think what I think of a lot of people when it comes to President Trump, they think with their back pocket, and that's it.
I hear every word you just spoke, and I disqualify myself on this topic only because I'm not as politically oriented as I've always told you as you are. You know it so much better than I know it. I don't know Tom Brady at all. I've never talked to him, never met him, but I do know a whole lot of people who have played with and who know him very well. So I feel like I've done as much homework as I could about him. So all I know about his relationship with Trump is it started back in 2002. Why did it start? Because his owner just might be Donald Trump's best friend in the whole world. And we're talking about Mr. Kraft, Robert Kraft, right? Does that bother you? I've asked you that before. It troubles you here and there.
It does.
Robert Kraft's done some good things for Meek Mill, for instance,
and even Mr. Kraft started to lay low as the verbiage and the rhetoric hiked up.
You got that right. You wanted no part of that.
Exactly.
What just happened a couple of weeks back? Donald Trump gave the Presidential Medal of Freedom, awarded it to one Bill Belichick because they are very close friends, and even Belichick has acknowledged that publicly. But at this point, Belichick said, no, I'm sorry, this was after the Capitol riot.
Correct.
Okay. He was out. But again, Tom Brady, who's always been a good company man, his owner and his head coach, the GOAT head coach, are close, very close friends with Donald Trump. Well, it trickles down a little bit to Tom, like, oh, I guess that's what our organization is. We're friends with Donald Trump. So all the way back in 2002, Robert Kraft introduced Donald Trump to Tom Brady. Right. What did they share? Only one thing that I know of, which is golf. Tom Brady in the offseason loves to play golf and has always been hurt by the fact that Belichick never asked him to play golf somewhere up in New England in the summertime, right? Right. So he started playing occasionally with Donald Trump, and the one quote I saw from Brady about Trump, he's a hell of a lot of fun to play golf with. Okay, does it end there? I don't know. I have no idea. But he said that Kraft gave him the Make America Great hat, and whether he wanted to display it or not, I have no idea. But it wound up in his locker, to your point, and it stained Tom Brady in many ways. Yeah. Okay?
Tom Brady is a brand. Anything. Yep. LeBron James don't wear anything. These guys that are brand Skip don't wear anything because that's an endorsement.
I got it. But Giselle, his wife, was quoted in the Washington Post ahead of that election in 2016 as saying, we do not support Donald Trump. That Brady has tiptoed that fine line between trying to maintain his friendship with Donald Trump while not supporting or even certainly campaigning for him publicly as a politician.
We wasn't wearing you didn't have the MAGA hat on. He had the MAGA.
All right, I got it. I am with you on all of the above, but I'm going to say this one more time. This is all I know about Tom Brady. I only care about him in the end as a quarterback. Yeah. But I have worked with so many players who work closely in that locker room with Tom Brady. And I've told you again and again, I never heard one negative word about him. And I'm all ears, man. I'm open. You know me. Yeah. I'm skeptical. I had my doubts. We had our man James Harrison say, I went in that locker room late in the year 2 years ago thinking my radar's up. Couldn't find anything.
But you know, Skip, until President Trump came to office, people didn't talk about politics in the locker room.
No.
You had no idea if they were Republican, Democrat, Libertarian. It didn't matter. Green Party. You didn't know.
But wouldn't you think I would have heard from some player, not a lot of white players, a lot of black players. Wouldn't I hear one time from one player, oh, he's got some cracker in him, or he's got a little white supremacist going on in him, something like that? I've never heard a word about that. He wants to win championships, and he is driven and all in on that, like hyper-focused on winning championships.
I think the biggest thing is that what quarterbacks have learned in order to command a locker room, Skip, you can't show
clear. Steer clear.
You got to.
I got it.
Like I say, all I'm saying is, Skip, is that we see a lot of these from Brett Favre. We see a lot of these guys taking pictures with President Trump. I just want to know if one of these elite Mahomes or LeBron James were just to take a picture with Mr. Farrakhan, what would be said?
It's a fair point and a valid point, and I agree with you. So in the end, do you harbor any sort of distrust of Tom Brady just because you saw that hat? Deep down.
Deep, Skip, for me, look, I've always said this, Skip. I believe that Tom Brady offers you a glimpse of what he really truly is. He's not going to show you the side that's not portrayed in a positive light. That's what I've always said about these guys, Skip. They're always going to show you that side, and that's what Tiger did a great job of until he got exposed. He just showed you that side, but behind the scenes, people are like, man, Tiger ain't nothing like what he showed in front of camera.
That is correct, because the world thought Tiger was the greatest husband and father ever, and his website portrayed him greatest husband and father. My mother, may she rest in peace, she loved Tiger Woods, but when this story broke about the scandal, she was devastated because she said, that's not Tiger Woods. Well, it was.
Well, Skip, my friendship is contingent. I'm not going to let you just say anything, do anything, and then we're going to be cool. Because at some point in time, even if it's 10 years, 15 years, 30 years, I'm just not going to let you continuously demean. Skip, even when I'm around my friends now, and they use the R word. I like, bro, don't do that. Don't say that. And what? I said, no, don't do that. That's disrespectful. Or when they say something derogatory about someone's orientation, bro, come on. We don't need to do that. We passed that now. Even, and I'm talking about a public conversation. I mean, private conversation between me and friends. No, bro, we don't need to do that. Oh, all right, Shop, I see where you are right now. Cool, respect that.
Okay.
So I got limits. I just can't let you say things about women, let you do things and peddle an agenda that I think is divisive. I can't do that. Okay, cool, I'm out. Bro, we had fun. We had a great 25-year. We had a great 30-year run. Hey, we cool. We good. I'm good.
So in the end, my view of you across the table is you're in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, but for starters, Tom Brady doesn't represent what's in your mind's eye, the classic superstar quarterback. He doesn't act the part. He doesn't play the part very well because he's a little lame, a little cliched, a little nerdy, too milquetoasty off the field.
You know what, Skip? I think the thing for me, after being around a lot of those guys, you know, going back and seeing them at the Hall and being around them at the thing, they pretty much act the same way. I mean, John acted like Marino. Marino was like Kelly. Kelly was like...
I know, but I've been around, you've been around Marino a lot. I've been around Marino enough to know.
Oh, Daddy, that's my dog.
But he's got some edge to it.
Oh, yeah.
Some real edge. And John is cool. John is...
Danny is different. That if a player says something derogatory about Danny would respond.
Yeah,
Marino, Danny would respond, and